Welcome to this laid-back Let's Play of Star Wars: The Old Republic. My name is Rich. Glad to have you here. Today, we are back on Voss. As you can see, I have explored Voss completely, and that was whilst I was getting holocron, or datacrons, not holocrons. Something crons. So I haven't quite got all of Voss's holocrons, datacrons. And the reason being that one of them is accessible during a mission, so I didn't want to do the mission off stream just so I could get the holocron. I'm perfectly happy to wait until I get the mission from here, I think, and go into the Shrine of Healing and do the mission in there, during which you can find a holocron. But the first thing I'm doing, that I said that I would do,
Jedi
is...
Grandmaster Satir Shan, initiating Emergency Command Protocol Core Star. The Republic is under attack by renegade Sith forces. The Jedi Enclave on Renal has been destroyed, along with the Republic Patrol Frigate Toran Vok. Rendezvous immediately at Carrick Station and contact me there for further orders.
I've never heard Master Satil that upset before. I didn't realize astromech droids were programmed to seek revenge.
I've always felt that droids get a raw deal in Star Wars. They are capable of becoming sapient, self-aware, self-determining. And nobody ever behaves as though they have lives that are worth defending and or even being kind to.
This is Carrick Station, responding to Emergency Command Protocol Core Star.
Good. Listen carefully. 19 hours ago, we lost contact with the Jedi Enclave on Renal. The Republic Patrol Frigate Toran Vok went to investigate. The vessel's crew reported the Enclave had been slaughtered. No survivors. As we were speaking, the Toran Vok came under heavy fire. Its captain only had enough time to transmit images of a Sith warship before he and his vessel were destroyed.
If we got a unique signature reading on that Sith attacker, we can hunt it down.
Our one consolation is that the enemy vessel is unique. It's a ship design that hasn't been seen in decades. 3 hours ago, we intercepted a coded transmission from Darth Malgus to the Sith Dark Council. Stand by.
The destruction of Lord Senu's fortress was but a prelude. Our enemy intends to purge the Empire of any Sith who lacks pure blood. Darth Ikaral will continue to attack both our positions and the Republic until he is stopped.
What do we know about this renegade Sith?
He was a famous leader who left the Empire seeking remnants of a pure-blooded Sith over 70 years ago. It seems he found them. We cannot wait for the Empire to clean up this mess. Darth Icaral's warship was just detected near Chandrila, a major agricultural world. If that insane Sith destroys our food production centers, billions will starve.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
I'm determined to preserve the Republic's security and feed our allies. What's the plan?
We must intercept our enemy before he reaches his target. The data logs on Darth Icaral's warship contain decades of valuable strategic data we desperately need, and you've proven capable of capturing any vessel. Our fleet is on its way to Chandrila. Rendezvous in the attack shuttle I've commissioned at Carrick Station. Defeat Darth Icaral. Take his ship.
I can sense the strain you're under, Master. Were you close to someone at the Jedi Enclave that was destroyed?
I sense the deaths of many Jedi. All at once. The last time I felt that was when the temple on Coruscant was destroyed. Hurry to your shuttle. May the Force be with you.
I've got no idea what the difference between those is. Let's look it up. Star Wars The Old Republic. Flashpoint. Master mode. Story Veteran Master. Veteran is harder than story, and flashpoints in Veteran are balanced to be done by a group of 4 players in any role. Master is harder still, equivalent roughly to hard mode in Flashpoint and nightmare mode in Operations. I guess we'll give it a go on Veteran. But it might not be possible. Spacebar. See how we go. Sounds like lightsaber combat. Yeah. I don't think I can manage to do this. Ordinary troops are as tough as strong or elite usually are. outside. And we're only making headway against these strong ones because we're being aided by these NPCs who are on our side. Oh, Kaizen's down. I'm getting my head kicked in. Yeah. So I said I'd do this flashpoint before doing anything else. Well, probably should have said I'll give it a go. I couldn't find anything when I looked things up about whether this flashpoint was doable solo. Probably should have paid attention when the stuff I did find said veteran is for 4 players. But it was worth giving it a go, I think, and finding out. So we're going to leave. We're going to go back and carry on Voss. If only you could get straight back to Voss from here. Yeah. I don't think any of that's helpful. I think I should probably just... oh, you can deconstruct objects. Deconstruction. There we go. Didn't know that. Probably do this. Voss. Oh yeah, just fast travel out, eh? So what we're doing now is confronting Lord Beldis, the Sith we met last time. No, that's... oh yeah, Visionary. Halls of Enlightenment, confront Lord Beldis. And the other one is all the way up here. So, yeah, I think we're going to do this one. So earlier today I was giving the Empire side stuff a try, and I decided to play Bounty Hunter, Power Tech and Shield Tech, specifically because I wanted to see what the Bounty Hunter story was like, because it was probably the least evil of all the options, as far as I can determine. And as far as I've done, seems pretty good. I've basically done everything on Hutter except for the heroic missions, because I was hoping to find NPCs that would give the heroic missions, although it seems as though in some kind of reshuffle... Oh, I'm in the wrong place. In some kind of reshuffle a few years ago, the NPCs got moved, and... Hi. Welcome, nomads. How are things in the UK? Broadly okay, as far as I can tell. I'm doing alright. I haven't... To be honest, I haven't been paying much attention to the news lately, because I've found that following the news makes me depressed and anxious and upset. And while there is value in staying up to date, there is also value in trying to maintain this broadly okay status of your mental health, and I value the latter. So if there seems to be something awful happening in the UK, news is full of crap, you're better off looking up info on your own. Okay. I have not kept abroad of what is going on in the UK deliberately, so as that I don't become a nervous wreck. Yeah, totally one-sided. Also here in Pizzalandia. So you're in Italy then, I presume. And that's what I take Pizzalandia to mean. You could conceivably be somewhere in America, like Chicago or New York. It's a type of psychological warfare. Yep, Italy. Okay. Yeah, the news being one-sided and only following the party line, basically telling the story that the establishment once told, that's definitely propaganda, and it's not a surprise. They've been doing it for a while. But over here they are forcing people to get vaxxed indirectly, as in without a green pass you can't work. Well, I'm actually on board with forcing idiots to have to get vaccinated, unless they've got a medical exemption, in which case fair enough, but like, get vaccinated, it's not fucking difficult. Sorry if it hurts your pride. Although, actually, not very sorry at all. You can get tested, but you've got to do it once every 48 hours. Are they... Is that you have to get tested once every 48 hours if you haven't been vaccinated, or just you have to get tested once every 48 hours? Because that seems like a bit much, regardless of vaccination status. That was quite a dramatic death, wasn't it? He had to make sure that we knew he was dying, if unvaxxed. It's basically forcing people with natural immunity to get vaxxed. There is no such thing as natural immunity to the coronavirus. Unless you count never going outside or being in contact with other people. You can only have one companion with you at a time, yes. You have a variety of companions who get added to your roster as you go through the story. And I assume that you can gain extra followers that aren't just from class stories. I haven't gotten far enough through the story progress to know, but other people to experience it myself. But other people have told me that, well, talked about other companions in a context which implies that you can gain them through other means, non-story means, basically. It's a damn shame WoW and WoW SPP I can actually do a dungeon. Oh, cool. Yeah, I mean, actually having a helper, an NPC running around with you is pretty unusual for MMOs. WoW single player is a bit unusual in that you can basically have 4 other NPCs running around helping you. Just tank and spank, just to be perfectly honest. Fair enough. Which version of WoW are you playing? Is it Wrath still? Or are you trying a different version? Test Classic, TBC, and Wrath. Okay, fair enough. I haven't played any single-player project for a while, I'm afraid. I was playing Psychonauts 2, actually. And this, basically. All the classic battlegrounds work well. Oh, cool. Worked fine like this. Here we go. That dramatic death curdle again. No thanks. With companions, they count as another player if you're trying to fill out spots on a team for Flashpoints, which is basically this game's version of dungeons. I think they changed the main engine recently. I mean, the bots work very well. It's really convincing. They spam chat, sell items, look for group, etc. So if someone else if you join a team with someone else and they also have a companion, then your team counts as having 4 people on it for filling out spaces in Flashpoints. So you could have 3 people and 2 companions, or you know, any combination of people and companions that adds up to 5 total. Oh, I told you already. Oh, okay. I apologize. It was a while ago, and I remembered talking about this, but I wasn't sure if it was you or someone else who was asking. So I apologize if I was, well, for repeating things that you already knew. anything through here? Just dudes, I think. Oh no. There's stuff. I thought we were here, going into here. Confused myself. So basically almost every player can have their companion. Only problem in dungeons is that I must guide the group. Yeah, fair enough. Waiting for me quite patiently. It's good of him. I added flee command macro so they just follow then after I pull and then take the target in position. I use another macro follow so they basically follow my actions, which would be attack. Yeah, I started making some use of, well, I had to make use of some commands for bots when I was playing SPP, just so that the bots would attack first, so I wasn't taking the Alpha Strike. I was playing Wrath as a warlock, so very squishy, definitely not the person that should be taking first attacks. So I needed the other members of the team to attack first. Now, it might sound confusing, but basically it's using one macro to allow you to pull targets with the risk of them pulling targets behind in case because they would always run forwards. What's the point in having these here? If there's nothing up here. Oh well. Do I get to kill Lord Beldis now? Oh, acolytes. That's why they're on training sabers. Okay. How's it going, Beldis?
Look, acolytes, another attempt to cast you out, just as I foresaw.
That's not what I'm here for.
Like the Voss, the Republic has deemed you unworthy. They send their best to kill me and end your instruction.
This is the only way you could get Voss to join the Empire.
The Empire has made us strong.
The Voss refuse us. Lord Beldis is our mentor.
As Sith, we have purpose. We have chosen.
Once you've served your purpose, the Sith will destroy you.
We have seen no evidence.
What have we seen? Combat training, levitation, storms of lightning.
Have patience, acolytes. There are other powers in this galaxy besides Foresight. Who else will share them with you?
There are others. The Jedi.
The Jedi fear us. We know only their power. Would they teach us?
The Jedi are waiting for you to ask.
We are willing.
Republic lies. The Jedi will never let you achieve your full potential. I've given you freedom, true power. I won't allow anyone to take it away.
There we go. Bye, Beldis. Now let's talk to the acolytes. That's the Old Republic. It's coming to Switch after so many years. Oh, cool. I did try playing Knights of the Old Republic once, but I didn't get on with it very well. I think I've spoken about this before.
Violence without purpose. This is not power.
Mystics are chosen. We let failure overwhelm us. We must find our place. It may be with Jedi.
The Jedi need to understand the mystics.
We will share.
We must return. Thank you.
There we go. But only digital, it's an RPG classic. I wish it was physical master. How do you mean physical master? Like get it on a disc rather than just as a download? Oh, there was a room through here. Sith Assassin. Sith Overlord. Kaizen getting beaten on like that. Bit of a shame that there wasn't a chest in there. Or not that I saw. It's the sort of place you would put a chest if you were designing a game, isn't it? So yeah, I've started playing some Empire side as a power tech because well, mainly because I really enjoy the Mandalorian and I kind of want a character that I can dress like the Mandalorian, or at least in Mandalorian armor. And I picked power tech because it was one that I could play as a tank, because I've noticed whilst playing as Guhe here that you kind of start to struggle a bit when it gets to the upper end of things as a DPS, and being able to play as a tank helps a lot, or would help a lot. No, I called you Master in the hopes you would make my dream come true. Oh, I've apologise, I cannot grant wishes like that. And I don't really like being called Master. Oops, that's a tree. Don't want to crash into the tree. I'm nobody's master. Oops. artifact is it that I'm looking for here? Oh, there we are. Also, it's due to this game, Jedi have Master. Yeah, I mean, in a learning context, Master does make sense. It's how it used to be, but if I were teaching people, I wouldn't want to be called Master. Even if it were the tradition. So yes, I was taking the piss in a nice way, so just wish it for me. Use the Force. I suppose you could use the Force to try and convince people in charge of the remaster and release to do it in a physical format. Is that... Is that what you meant? What's that? It's a crystal that I don't gain any benefit from. That type of crystal, the Lucent type, is up to Archaeology 300 remaster. That will not reach Switch. Yeah, so I guess you could use the Force to mind trick people into
post exchange around. You need it, we got it.
Agreeing.
Good luck out there.
To produce and remaster. Oh, there we are. Knights of the Old Republic for the Switch. You could now say your lack of faith.
Master Delsa, I had no contact with the failed mystics. The Republic had nothing to do with this.
Yet the Voss claim your agents promised them a home in the Order. Shall I ask them? Any mystic, even a failed one, is raw, dangerous power. How could you offer them Jedi training?
The Jedi can teach the Voss to use their power.
And when they turn against us? Or hadn't you thought that far ahead? I've said my piece. Ambassador Janik tells me Laren Kai is on his way. I'll leave you to your diplomacy.
I need to have words with this Jedi.
I have to admit, when I wished I could force the Jedi to accept the mystics, I didn't think you'd actually do it.
I did only what must be done.
That's why the Order took them in. Better Mystic Jedi than Mystic Sith. No matter how the Jedi feel, the Republic needs this alliance, and you brought us one step closer. Remember that.
The lost potentials confirmed Lord Beldis's crimes. I have not come to discuss it. The Mystics have a vision. An outsider will end the threat of the Gormak. We believe it is you.
Who or what are the Gormak?
Savages. They turn the wild into machines, beasts into weapons. They must be stopped. The Mystics see. The three decide. The Voss act. You are not Voss. Will you follow this vision?
I'll try, I guess. If I get time.
If the mystics saw it, my answer doesn't matter.
You understand. Ambassador Janik has your instructions. Farewell.
A vision of the Republic helping the Voss. What incredible luck. Let's see where they want you to start.
I don't think it's
Kai is
luck.
bound by the Mystic's vision, but he wants to be sure you're prepared. He's asking that you complete the Mystic's trials at the Shrine of Healing, something no ordinary Voss has ever survived.
I think this is nice as an MMO. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I like the tab target style. I'd kind of like it if there was a bit more action, but I've turned out not to be terribly good at action RPGs because I don't pay enough attention to the things that the enemies are doing, and I tend to get whacked quite regularly. Got to go take care. I'll let you know if they do any substantial update to WoW SPP, because they also intend to add a sort of dungeon and raid balance that would be endgame. Oh, really? I imagine that making raids function in the single-player project would be quite difficult. But thanks for hanging out, and see you around.
What would be involved?
That's all I know. The trials are part of the Mystics' training. No outsider has ever attempted them. You'll need to make the pilgrimage to the Shrine of Healing. The guide, Suva Rock, leads a pilgrim camp near the local transport. You make it through these trials, and the Voss will be more than impressed. I'm counting on you.
I don't imagine that the trials will be that challenging, to be honest.
Anything a soldier needs, and some things he doesn't. Good luck out there.
Ooh. Versatile hilt. What's my gear like at the moment? I don't think that I need that. Hilt can be used to upgrade your force weapons and offhand items. I'm not sure how. Disintegrate them. I think we're done in this region, so it's just up here now. I could take a speeder, couldn't I? Or taxi. Where the hell is the taxi? Oh.
Vehicle paths are currently open for business. Have a safe and pleasant stay.
Raids work, but bots in theory need a kick up the ass to basically know tactics for every boss raid, which at the moment isn't going to happen, but something to make encounters easier is. Fair enough. So like LFG raids, sort of, where you don't have to rely on everyone knowing the tactics, you can just kind of ignore the mechanics. I think this is the guy. And I did get told that I was going into the Shrine of Healing, which is where I go for the Datacron. So, that's cool.
Suva Rock? I'm interested in taking the path of pilgrimage.
Outsiders are not Voss. They do not follow the path. Even the pilgrims cannot follow now. The danger is too great. The path is blocked. The Gormak kill any who enter.
I haven't met anyone who could stop me yet.
Many others must travel the path. The path leads to the Shrine of Healing. Only those who believe may enter. Even mystics walk the path before their trials. The Gormak defile it.
I'd be more than willing to clear out the Gormak.
It is not enough to spill blood. The Gormak have tainted the path. A Voss must cleanse the shrine. The Gormak will attack. Will you guide a pilgrim?
I would be honored to restore the path.
The Gormak are predators. Move quickly.
The Gormak are reptilian, I think. Walking the line. Attention, outsiders and potential allies. You have erred. We warned the Republic. Do not bring your walkers into these lands. The Gormak covered them. We were ignored. Now your walkers are destroyed. The Gormak claim their technology to make more machines. Many Voss will die. Outsiders erred. Outsiders must make amends. Reclaim your walker parts and bring them to safety. Will you ignore us again? No. And I wouldn't have ignored you the first time if it were me in charge, but here we are. Apparently the rest of the galaxy are morons. Oh hey, that summons me a Voss Pilgrim. Apparently? Maybe? Well, I did a thing with the altar. I have to assume that that was sufficient. Cover parts, cleanse shrine, go in here. Yeah, let's just kind of bounce our way around up, shall we? Talk about it, didn't I? I saw this when I was exploring and thought that looks a lot like a walker graveyard, doesn't it? I think there's more as well. I'm surprised that we aren't being directed to do anything to those walkers, but I guess it's the parts that we need, not the walkers, and the walkers have already had their parts stripped out, or the useful parts, the parts that the Gormak want, they have already taken. What's up, guys? How's it going? Yeah, it's a bit difficult to tell from the portrait because it's not very big, but that's quite a reptilian sort of face. No nose, just kind of straight down. Like not even slits, just no nose at all. Angular sort of jaw and cheek arrangement there as well, isn't it? Grass is kind of in the way. It's difficult to get a look at their faces. A little bit disappointing. His face. Now, I've got a lightsaber. I could just destroy the parts. I don't have to retrieve them. We're not like hard up for walker parts, or even droid parts, I imagine. I wonder what the point of having a number of projections is if they look nothing like you and look, in fact, quite obviously like projections. They're not confusing anybody. Defeat forces. Okay. No, I can do that. Oh, there's more bonus stuff. Okay. Destroy Gormak weapons cache. Defeat Gormak strikers. Okay. Ooh, doing Jedi flips, are we? Cool. Flip. Jedi flip. Jedi flip. Jedi flip. Yeah. It's convenient they were all around in this place. Quite close together in a space that I'd already cleared. I think the strikers are the ones with the ones that are elites, aren't they? Unless, is that a striker? No, that's an armed scout. Damn. Ooh, that'll be one. Yeah. Bit annoying that I took several of these out on my way to this point. So I was talking about playing some Empire side stuff and wanting to play as a bounty hunter so I can dress my character like a Mandalorian, which I think is going to be possible. I just haven't gotten the gear yet to look like a Mandalorian. But that's understandable. I mean, I'm pretty low level so far. I might take Arms Tech, the crew skill for making heavy armor, just so that I can make that stuff. But unless I can place stuff... No, I haven't tried accessing my stronghold on Empire side, so I know that I did, you know, press U and see that I could well, see that it was on the list. I'm actually not sure. I haven't tried entering ooh, there's another one. Draw out the Gormak Master Warrior and take his ID tags. How do I do that? Oops. I haven't tried entering my stronghold from the Empire side, so I don't know whether I can enter and access shared inventory. I would be surprised if I could. Locate Gormak Master Warrior in Fest Batar and take his ID tags. Oh, inside there. Okay. Where the hell am I? Ah, okay. Right. So I would be surprised if I could access shared inventory. But if I can, then I would not need to take Artifice as a crew skill, because I've got Artifice so that I can make die packs and other, like, you know, cosmetic stuff. That's mainly the reason. That and lightsaber hilts is the reason I took Artifice. Oh, there's Gormak strikers in here. If I'd known that I needed to come in here and that there were Gormak strikers in here, I could have just headed straight for here and not had to wander about outside. Because a part of the reason for playing as someone I can dress as a Mandalorian is so that I can recolor the armor to look how I want. Because that's probably pissed him off. There we go. In Mandalorian culture, the colours that you paint your armour are important. Like, they have a meaning. I think I'm getting my information from fanfic, but it's very, very well researched fanfic that draws a lot from the Clone Wars show, and I've not watched the show, so I don't actually know how much the fanfic is taking from the show and from the wider Star Wars lore, and how much is just their invention. Oh well. It's also kind of just an excuse so that I can explain, or yeah, just hand wave why I want to recolor Mandalorian armor so much. I just think it would look cool if I can do preferred color combinations. Do I even need to go in there? I assume a mission takes you in there at some point, or somebody, maybe one of the other classes. This is a lot of rock throwers. Shackle. It's shackles. It's the name of the species. It's probably shackle. Shark. Depending on pronunciation. The red crystal is there, but it's a lucent crystal, so I'm not that interested anymore. Oh. Oh, I summoned a Voss Pilgrim who did the... I signalled them and they let me know I let them know it was safe so they could come and cleanse the thing. Okay. I imagine... Hold on. Am I... Defeat Gormak forces. Is there more Gormaks around? Or is it just Sharklaw? The Sharklaw don't count as Gormak forces, do they? No. Do I need to go hello? Down inside. Underneath the shrine. Is that why? Can't leave the sharp fangs behind. We might need those. It's probably underneath, isn't it? Because there were enemies in there. No. Is that the only place? No, there's more here. Okay. Because, like, there was only 2 guys up at the shrine we just cleansed. And waiting for them to respawn 5 times so that I can get the full 10, that seems pretty miserable. Maybe these guys will count towards my total. There's a striker, no, a striker, a desecrator. Definitely someone we want to get rid of. He's doing the opposite of what we want. Being counterproductive. Ah, he does count towards the total. Splendid. These walls are quite tumbled down. You'd think that they'd repair them or something, wouldn't you? Oh, no, thank you. Social distancing, please. Stay over there. Just started on the 2nd season of Mandalorian, and so far, well, I watched the first episode, and it's pretty good. It's not like super exciting like the my memories of the first season, which was a little while ago now, and I suppose I could be remembering it more favourably. Like, pretty sure that the first episode of The Mandalorian was super gripping and exciting, and it pulled you in. And the first episode of the 2nd season was pretty good, but not like edge of your seat stuff, I wouldn't say. They kill a crate dragon on Tatooine, which is very impressive. if extremely obvious as an homage, to put it politely, to Dune. Because crate dragons, at least in The Mandalorian, move through the sand like sandworms in Dune. There's ruins like this on Titan, isn't there? You go into them on Jedi Consular questing, although these are not as full and extensive as the ones on Tython. What are we doing here again? Go to the pilgrimage marker. Hoping to recruit a powerful Voss mystic to your cause, you have offered to aid Gaiden Co., a young potential mystic, on a pilgrimage to finish his training. The first stop on the pilgrimage is an ancient marker. Gaiden Co. will follow you once the path is safe. But yeah, I'm going to continue watching The Mandalorian, of course, because I definitely enjoyed the first season, and I want to see how the second one goes.
Here, the heart of Lishina's marker.
A step on your journey is complete.
Ruins were built by Lishina and family. A symbol. Mystics are supported by all. Something is improper.
God damn it. Did our character...
Boy. A perfect strike ruined by a centimeter. No matter. That scratch will finish you soon enough.
Did I really not notice this asshole? With all my force sensitivity? Come on.
And who might you be?
Address me as Lord Shendon, and I know who you are. There were whispers in Voskar of a Jedi stupid enough to escort a young mystic away from the city. But when they hear the brat died in your care, the Voss will see the Republic very differently.
Don't move. I'll be with you in a moment.
The boy's as good as dead. The toxin on that blade was an exotic Republic compound, as any investigation will show. Even a drop is eventually fatal.
Has it been tested on
Destiny of the
Voskar?
Voss is to join the Empire, and it is you who have made this possible. Think about that as you die.
Has the toxin been tested on Voskar, do you imagine? My guess is no. Also, my Jedi is supposed to be a formidable healer. As long as the person is still alive, she should be able to...
You fight admirably for a Jedi, but not even the Voss can save your Republic.
You are dying. Release your hatred. Feel the sanctity of this place.
So naive, but I feel calm.
My wound freezes, burns.
Moving will only spread the toxin faster.
The shrine. Take me to the Shrine of Healing. The shrine's healers. Please, be sure it is safe. Then call. We go.
That shouldn't have happened in the first place. My character should have sensed the attack before it happened. And stopped it. So, pulling it off like that feels cheap. Why am I not allowed up this step? Do I have to jump? That's ridiculous. One thing I have been watching recently, well, I watched all of yesterday, I just binged the whole thing, is Loki, which I thought was fantastic. And Loki opens the way for Spider-Man No Way Home, because I've seen bits of trailer for Spider-Man that talk about the opening up of the multiverse and other timelines, and I'm looking forward to that. I haven't watched the previous Spider-Man yet with Mysterio, but maybe I should do that before No Way Home comes out. Is it Homecoming? No, that's not right. Far From Home. There we go. Yeah, I haven't watched Far From Home yet. Though I do mean to. And I am absolutely a sucker for crossovers and multiverse stuff, so Spider-Man No Way Home and indeed Into the Spider-Verse, as well as Loki opening up the multiverse,
The Gormak plight is gone. You have followed the path. The shrine may be open to you. Tell Garrow Mo of this. He guards the proving grounds. The shrine is for the mystics. He may deny you.
Just watch yourself. The Gormak could come back.
We have learned to guard the path. I will inform Suvarok. Good luck, outsider.
Thank you, insider. Surprise! Ooh. Counter surprise. Don't think I like that surprise much. So yeah, Loki and No Way Home are basically exactly just perfectly up my alley. I love multiverse crossover stuff.
Report your ailments.
No, that's slightly worse. It would raise my... oh no, it would lower my power and alacrity in exchange for shield rating and defense rating. So it's for defending me. No thanks, I'm good. Oh yeah,
you are fit for duty. Return to your post.
Operating with my...
stand by for examination and suggested products.
Buffs on, am I?
More outsiders. So curious. like small children. You wish to know Voss history. Is that why you come? To understand?
You're an idiot. Why would you respond to that with "you're an idiot" or something to that effect?
I sense possibilities here.
Curiosity implies intellect. Out there are writings of mystics past. Find them. Learn from them. When you return, I will share what I can.
I'm pleased that we could reach an agreement.
I will show you where to go.
Well, we need to run around. Not that far, then. Probably could have done that. Probably could have done this and then gone out to that, rather than running backwards and forwards. But there is going to be a certain amount of running backwards and forwards at this point anyway, so I don't know that it matters that much. There's a crystal spawning in. It is. It's like a crystal that would be useful to me. Splendid. Our translator tablet device is remarkably potent. There cannot be enough script on this carving to have a full alphabet. Assuming the script works on an alphabet format. It feels way more artistic than alphabet style. It seems to be mirrored. Yeah, it's vertically mirrored. So I don't know whether that means you just read one half. Or whether the vertical mirroring means something. And how much of this is artistic design and how much of it is supposed to be read, like to have detail interpreted from it. Just thinking about it, I don't really know much about cryptography, but I do know that you need, well, the way that we do cryptography, we need as much context and content as possible for translating. We need as many figures and characters as possible, and we need as much as possible so that we can spot patterns But even still, there are some things that we can't translate, like either Inca or Aztec carvings, because they don't use an alphabet, because they're pictographs, and we don't have the cultural context for them. And this feels a lot like, I mean, it's adjacent to pictograms, isn't it? It could be a script. I suppose the datapad does have access to a huge quantity of the translation tablet device does have access to a huge variety of different written texts from all over the galaxy. So, and they've been doing it for hundreds or thousands of years. So they do have a number of advantages over us in terms of cryptography and translation. But as far as I know, no one's studied Voss writing. Well, have they? They may have studied Voss writing as much as they could before coming here, and uploaded data packs updates to translation tools. But even if you do that, these are ancient tablets, and languages don't remain static, and their written forms don't remain static either. Yeah, I was saying that written language doesn't remain static. So our alphabet is essentially the Roman alphabet with a few extra bits from adapted, altered Germanic runes, I think. And our number system is Arabic. And
report your ailments. You are fit for duty.
Even
Return to your
if
post.
you can read our alphabet, which I can, may surprise you to learn. You can write other things in our alphabet that I can't read because I haven't learnt how to read it. So French uses our exact same alphabet, and so does German mostly. So do a lot of European languages, but they're different languages, right? And Middle English uses our same alphabet, but Old English doesn't. Not really. It's more Germanic. It's a slightly different script. It's a sort of Gaelic script, a Celtic script. But Middle English does. And if you knew Middle English, you could use the same alphabet that we use now and write stuff in Middle English. But unless you know Middle English, you can't read it, despite knowing like what all of the different characters mean, like recognizing the alphabet. So even if the alphabet or whatever it is that the Voss use to record their information hasn't changed, the way that it's read might have changed over time. So even if our translation device got an update before we arrived, or when we arrived, to be able to translate modern Voss written languages, that doesn't mean that we'll be able to pull the same trick on ancient, older Voss written languages. Now, the Voss society does seem to be extremely traditional, like they seem bound by tradition to a force accentuated degree. But even in that, language drift happens. It must happen.
I have studied all the writings of the Voss mystics.
Your heart grows. Perhaps the Shrine of Healing accepts you. Take this. It may help.
Okay, so the datacron is here, and I think so. When I was reading up on it, it was unclear, the information that was provided online. It was unclear whether you just needed to do the missions and then you could use the holocron, or the datacron, sorry, or whether you would need to acquire or interact with a crystal on a pedestal here first before being able to interact with the datacron. So I'm just going to do all of it. I'm going to do the whole mission, all the missions that I can find here, and it's a big place, isn't it? And interact with the crystal and then get the datacron.
Outsider, you are not Gaiden Ko. What happened?
It doesn't matter. He needs medical attention.
Come, Gaiden Ko. To the healers. The shrine is not for you.
And I thought being a Jedi Master would get me into all the best shrines.
The shrine is not for you. The trials protect the upper levels. They're for mystics.
I honor your traditions, but I must get inside.
Only those who respect our ways enter the trials. Suva Rock at the Pilgrims camp can explain. I will inform Gaiden Ko if you die.
I think I've already got permission. She's just being difficult about it. eligible for this conversation. Okay. Somebody else gets to have that conversation, I guess. Ooh, heroic. Oh, that's dropped off. That's handed in 2 missions, that's cool. I didn't actually need to... I thought I'd need to go back to one of these camps to hand in those missions, but I didn't, so that's nice. Attention outsiders and potential allies. You are privileged. The trial of the first commando begins. Voss commandos gather below the shrine to train in battle. Fearless outsiders may participate. First Commando Nakar Cell and fellows wait to defeat challengers. Nakar Cell drives back Gormak armies. He will not spare you. The healers speak. None shall die. All pain will be real. Victory will be true. I can do that. Where is that? Over here, apparently. No? Through here. Okay. And presumably this is down. Underneath, below. That makes sense. Gidenko. Healers must be here then.
I was told to inform Garel Mo that the path of pilgrimage has been cleared.
That is why I acknowledge you. I guard the proving grounds. The trials lie beyond.
A little challenge is no concern of mine.
Few Voss survive. Your fate is almost certain.
Unless the mystics have seen it, I wouldn't be so sure.
You have respect. You are not Voss. You have walked the path. You may enter the proving grounds.
So it's proving grounds ourselves. Ooh, these are cool lamps, aren't they? I was just thinking it'd be cool to have lamps like this, but they wouldn't really fit in human homes. They're a bit long. If you had a lamp like that hanging down from a ceiling, you'd probably catch your head on it because it's a bit big. Oh yeah, there it is. Datacron. A telltale sound. And healing crystal is hanging out here. But let's try and I don't know whether there is a correct order to things. If there is, I'll try and I think the correct order is to do the missions and then touch the crystal and then touch the Datacron. So that's what I'm going to do. How's it going, chaps? See, if I were a tank, I wouldn't need to worry about enemies deciding to attack me. In fact, that would be the ideal situation. And that's the main reason why I've come to the conclusion I kind of wish that I'd chosen to play as a Jedi Shadow rather than a Sage. hadn't experienced enough of the game to know. But now I do. Now I have. And I know for future characters. I've been wondering about playing every class story on stream and alternating. So playing this first, completing this, and then switching to Empire side and playing through an Empire character all the way through, and, you know, alternating. Oh yeah, that's collapsed, isn't it? I wonder where that used to lead. So that stuff shouldn't get too stale. I mean, by the end, I mean, there's 4 classes aside. Is it classes? I think the Jedi Consular is the class, and then Advanced Class is what Sage and Shadow are referred to as. I don't feel like that. I think that it used to be that you just pick one of the 4 when you were creating a character. Knight, Consular, Smuggler, or Trooper, or the Empire equivalent. And then partway through playing, you would pick an advanced class. So if I chose Jedi Consular, I would then choose either Shadow or Consular or Sage later on. But they've changed it so that you make the choice at the beginning now. So I kind of feel like the terminology that the game uses to differentiate between classes and so on isn't really that intuitive at the moment, but it probably used to be. And this is interesting. They have not aligned this correctly. For some reason they want this slab up on this edge slightly for some reason, for no reason, just to make it look old, I guess. But this section here is this section, or this section, like, and you can still see a bit of the stone tablet here. So it's rotated 90 degrees and off to the side and clipping through a tablet that's already there. So I mean, this would technically be possible if you took one of these whole and trimmed a section off of it, off of the corner, and just laid it here for no reason. I mean, maybe the rest of this tablet under here is damaged, and they decided to just put another damaged one on top to make sure that the floor had full coverage, I guess. Right, so class, advanced class is, I think, the correct terminology for the game. I think all classes have an advanced class that has a spec that can be a tank, which means all stories can be played through with a tank class. Which isn't that relevant until you get to max level or, you know, high level content. Is that a wandering... But once I do get to high level content or to something that is difficult and I would struggle with, it would be, I think, preferable. I would prefer to have a tank. To be playing as a tank. So it would make life easier. We need to do a thing with the signal pyre. Oops, that's not what I meant to do, but not a big deal that it happened. Okay, they become hostile. Do they go in sequence automatically, or do I have to light the signal pyre each time? Do you suppose? To start the next round. Okay, it doesn't happen automatically. I suppose that is probably better because it means you don't get overwhelmed. Like, if you need to heal, I mean, Kaizen definitely could do with healing. He probably wouldn't be able to go back to back, 2 groups of 3, and then Voss Commando Captain. 2 strong as an elite, 2 strong as an elite, and then a champion. That probably would be a bit too much for Kaizen. Let's heal up again, shall we? Now what do we do? Do we light it again? Call out Nakar Cell. Okay. So the guy we just defeated wasn't Nakar Cell. Oh, do we have a conversation now? Oh, it was him. funny. He's gonna lose this. This one. So, just having a nap there. Sure, with the healer's help he'll be fine. They did say as we were coming down that the pain would be real and the victory is true. Wonder whether he's regretting it. Or maybe he'll feel like he's learnt something from a fight with a Jedi and their Trandoshan friend. Interesting architecture, isn't it? It's got kind of a... So I'm not expert on South American architecture, indigenous architecture, but it's got kind of that feel to it, to my eye. More geometric, but not much more, because the forms already have some amount of geometry in them. Would be interested to read design documents and design philosophies for the game. Interesting pattern. Wonder whether it has a meaning. The imps get to come in here as well. Do I want to be going? Oh, over here. Okay.
I am Orin Va, Ashamu. Gaiden Ko is our patient.
You acted quickly, but the poison eats at him.
We require another, of great mental or physical strength, to purge it.
What would you need from this person?
There is no gain without loss.
Healing takes life from one to save another. Painful, survivable. You appear worthy.
Your friend also seems worthy. Gaiden Ko is fortunate. Will you take the risk, outsiders?
I accept the dangers for Gaiden Ko's sake.
Gaiden Ko grows weak.
Kaizen disapproved.
Outsider, be prepared. We begin.
I wonder what the correct response there was. Ask Kaizen to do it?
Pain feeds on pain, Jedi.
What precisely are you?
I belong to Gaiden Ko. I am the part of Gaiden Ko that suffers and must be healed. Pain feeds on pain. You know this from battling the Empire. So how does one cope with the tyrant? Or the scalpel?
Pain only ends when we struggle against it.
Causing the tyrant to oppose further? Or the scalpel to slip? Your understanding is flawed. I cannot make this exchange any easier for you.
The treatment is complete. Gaiden Ko's recovery begins. Impressive. Gaiden Ko is stronger for this. Here, to aid your recovery, leave when you wish, outsider. Go well.
I am improved. My attacker's weapon. Another Jedi?
No.
No. He was a Sith Lord, corrupted by the dark side of the Force.
I saw you ease his death. My journey is not right. My vision should begin to make me wise.
Every Force-aware culture has trials. Perhaps this is how the Force prepares a mystic.
Your Force is yours. I am Voss. Enough. Pilgrimage. I must contemplate a stone carving at the Holy Grounds. A potential who contemplates receives a sign. Guidance. I will need protection.
I promise you will not be harmed again.
The carving was broken. First we gather the pieces. I speak with healers. Go, rest. Call on your device when all is ready. A sign to guide me. Soon, my first vision.
We can only assume that's how it will go. And will the game allow us to... Oh, we're being afflicted by something. Force strain. 20 minutes. Connection to the Force has been greatly weakened. Have I got any kind of cleanse ability? No. Oh, and it's there on my bar as well. Okay. So if I'd chosen the correct answer, at least according to the Voss, probably wouldn't have had this. So because he said he cannot ease our understanding is flawed. He cannot ease our journey through whatever. I don't remember exactly what he said anymore. So presumably there was a correct answer that would maybe made this take less time, or Not actually sure what it's doing. It does say connection to the Force is weakened, but all it's doing is cosmetic at the moment, as far as I can tell.
This war is needless. There is no conflict.
You deny the vision of a mystic. Silence! It is not safe here, Honored One. The war you foresaw has begun.
Besides the Gormak, things look pretty peaceful outside.
The other commandos have yet to strike. There has been disagreement.
Many Voss will die. There should be no doubt. Your vision started this war, Honored One. Will you guide us?
I'm no mystic, but I can try.
We ask only for a mystic's guidance.
You saw a bloody civil war between Voss. After the war ended, you saw the Voss flourish.
The Voss have split into two sides to do your will. We battle until one side achieves victory. The other dies.
The war will lead to peace and prosperity.
That's going a little far, I think.
The interpreters are certain. We do what is necessary for our future.
At what cost? Countless Voss will die. We follow your vision, Honored One. Should this war continue?
This might be a memory.
Sometimes you have to make sacrifices.
As you have seen.
Stop. You do not belong here. The shrine is for the mystics. Your vision was proven false.
I don't even know what I saw.
You saw the Outsiders destroy Voska. The Outsiders are here. Voska thrives. You cannot be a mystic. You must leave.
Whatever your judgment is, I'll follow it.
A mystic is never wrong. You are.
I am your escort, Honored One. We cannot delay. The mystics have had a vision. The interpreters have chosen you. Your sacrifice will defeat the Gormak.
You want me to sacrifice myself to the Gormak?
A mystic will die. The Gormak will fall. We do what is necessary for our future.
You've already said that I'm not a mystic, though.
I'll give my life to protect the Voss.
Even a mystic must sacrifice.
A mystic's words have weight. You understand. Move on. Learn to focus. Destroy the source.
You are not a mystic. You do not understand. A mystic sees. You stumble. You will be purged.
A mystic's words have weight. You understand. Move on. Learn to focus. Destroy the source.
A lot of mystic mumbo-jumbo bullshit. Was that me proving myself that I understood? Oh, have I gone to the wrong place? Disappointed that the mystic projections don't drop any loot. I mean, stranger things have dropped loot. Been freed yet? Oh, there it is. The first carving piece not here. Oh, it's signs and signifiers. I think that's something I need to do outside. Alright. Well, outside this area anyway. Come on, wander back over here. Let me get you all together. There we go. This is going to be another test, isn't it?
We are dying. A mystic must heal those in need.
Can you explain what happened?
Keep balance. Take lives to save ours.
So it involves this somehow, I assume.
Will I get to see some action?
Summon and defeat nightmare beasts at first pyre, second pyre. Alright, so this will presumably heal each of them in turn. Much of a nightmare beast. Just looks like a crab creature from outside. Oh, it's gone into the healing cube. Ah yes, the classic healing cube. Got those all over the place. Yeah. There's 3 of them this time. Now we boop the cube. Yeah, the true functions of mystics seem pretty vague. Pretty opaque to me so far, gotta say. Not really getting it. But then I'm not really a terribly mystical person. Other than making my character go, oh, it doesn't seem as though this debuff is really doing very much. I haven't noticed any kind of fall in my combat abilities. Maybe it used to do that. Or maybe at higher difficulties. I mean, I am on story mode rather than veteran or master. Maybe at master levels it does seriously affect your character. But so far, it doesn't seem as though it is. Let's find out what this guy wants.
You surprise us, outsider. You are not a mystic. Still, you persist.
I'm barely even trying.
The Jedi and the Mystics both rely on the Force.
A mystic's power is all that matters. Only a mystic knows what comes. They protect Voss. The mystics face our enemy. They become worthy.
The Voss are neutral. Who are your enemies?
Gormak.
Fair enough. I don't know why the Voss need to go through civil wars to toughen themselves up if they've got the Gormak to fight. I mean, I guess maybe they fight in different ways, so you'd learn different things from different combats, but like... doesn't really strike me as terribly necessary to have Voss fight one another. For the sake of learning true combat. I don't need to face them, do I? Don't bother. I've killed enough. Wait, where's the way out? Here, right, yes, okay. Why is invisible? Oh no, there he is. He's hiding behind the crab monster. All this green and like runes and the shiny metal, particularly this kind of it's sarcophagal, isn't it? It's like a sarcophagus. This is giving me strong Necron vibes. It's not the right shapes. Necron runes are circles and lines and dots, not this business. But it's evocative of Necrons. Green and black. How long does that go left? 2.5 minutes. And then we come in here into the vision chamber. Oops, wrong way. View the vision tablet. Observe it. Look upon it with your eyes.
You have done well. I am Jorda. I observe potentials. The trials are perilous. Few survive.
What are the trials supposed to teach us?
The first trial weighs a mystic's words. The second, their focus. The third, a sad truth. A mystic must take to give. One much like a mystic now protects the Voss. The trials end here.
I'm honored to have completed the trials.
One lesson remains. The trials have given you insight, a vision.
What would be involved?
These ancient tablets guide a mystic's thoughts. Meditate, focus. You will find what you seek. Clear your mind. Focus.
Make your eyes glow purple. Collapse.
Fate has sent me a challenge. I had hoped for more time, but all things must adapt or die.
You didn't mention the Emperor or his children. Is there another threat?
You will see what blinded me.
The vision has ended. There is no more.
I need to know what my vision meant.
A mystic can only see. Our visions are certain. We choose our response. The trials have ended. Farewell, outsider.
That's absolutely no help. What's this? Major experience boost. Bound. That's no use to me, is it? Stuff to do down here now, eh? Okay. Then I'll go poke the crystal and then the Datacron. Hopefully what I've done is sufficient to earn the right to use the Datacron. And then that'll be all the ones on Voss. Does that remove the debuff? Is that all I had to do? I did suspect, but I wasn't sure. That's an atypical response. Being blasted over backwards isn't usually what happens with Datacrons. Oh, this way, okay. In fact, do I even need to run anywhere? This wants me to come here. But I could just fast travel down here. No, I don't need to think about that right now. Yeah. Fast travel. Or quick travel. Shuttle. Not teleport, it's not teleportation. Star Wars doesn't do teleportation. Or not much.
I don't think they have a preference between us and the Empire.
yang wego wabalawa kupula boja base yorenga shawana joinga. Sigo maharaze kwa habu yakaumba wabo tuka fada dai.
I'd like to help, any way I can.
Lekuka michine ana wakwene no kweme. Nakakawana habala ya kahupata se jesure hapapa. Kwemine wehu me wehi magaha no enectica.
Stand by for examination and suggested products.
Where did that come from? Oh, that seems to be the
You are fit
standard
for
of
duty. Return to your post.
gear for the region.
Jedi. Laren Kai spoke of you. I bear an urgent message. Stand by.
I am Pethak Fra of the Gormakos Commandos. The Mystics have seen you defeat the Gormak. The time has come. The Gormak cannon is almost complete. Voskar will be destroyed.
How did the Gormak get a weapon like that?
The Gormak have toiled for years. We underestimated them. The cannon points to Voskar. The Gormak march forward. The Commandos will stop the invasion. You will stop the cannon.
The Gormak will find other ways to attack Voskar.
The cannon first, then the Gormak.
Yeah, fair enough.
The cannon feeds on power. We will starve it. The generators are in Gormakos. Eden Che will instruct you.
These charges connect to the generators. The commandos have hidden a detonator nearby. Set the charges, activate the detonator. The Gormak cannon will fall silent.
Get word to Voskar. The city should be evacuated.
The Gormak weapon will not reach Voskar. You will stop it. Voskar must survive. Be quick.
It's a lot of confidence. I mean, it's not misplaced. I am fantastically capable. But caution is also good. Yeah, you can even see it on the map. I found it whilst I was exploring. It's this enormous cannon that's pointed up at the city here.
Umnuk inumemnu amka kammem perolak palak nimga manik naki oya makini argam kima mawawak kam inumemnu najanaya amka mimik meraka.
I might be able to help you with that.
Bulmogala apayang nilama ini amka amga jukaki mem paninu amka bina pek memnu kimgam.
Oh, it's a dude floating in Kolto. Okay. A lot of things to do. That's right nearby. I wonder if we do anything here or up here. Guess I'll find out. Eventually. Oh yeah. There's a mission here. Another one just over there. A Gormak raiding party has assembled just beyond Camp Talanis in the Gormak lands. Republic convoys that pass through the area are vulnerable to ambush. We cannot allow the enemy to seize any more of our military supplies and technologies. Search for the Gormak's means of the surveillance. Probably just wants to be of surveillance, doesn't it, that? Compared with Champions Online, there are very few grammatical errors in the written stuff in this game. Although, in fairness, I'm looking at far fewer written examples like this in this game, because so much of it is voice acted. Search for the Gormak's means of surveillance and depose the director of the raiding campaign. Seize any stolen supplies found on site and route to the Gormak raiders. By eliminating the operations leader, you can secure safe passage for all future Republic convoys in the area. Retrieve stolen supplies, destroy stolen turrets, and defeat members of the Gormak raiding party in the northern Gormak lands. Accept. And there's also this person.
A Jedi! Oh, am I glad to see you, Private Ozer, Republic Infantry. My team was out on assignment with a local unit of Voss commandos. Joint up. And this thing attacked us. Killed everyone before it took a nosedive off the cliff. I'd heard the Gormak had some crazy pets, but this...
Have you been hurt?
I think my arm's broken. Maybe a few cuts. Could have been worse, though. We were trying to recover some stolen maps of the surrounding Voss outposts. Search led us to a nearby cave. Our scouts found the Gormak breeding a whole mess of these things inside, gearing up for an all-out assault on the Voss.
You've got to warn the Voss about this.
Can't. Comms busted. Besides, no way the Voss can prepare for an attack like this. Just one of those monsters tore an entire squad to pieces without breaking a sweat. If the Gormak unleash a whole army of them, the Voss are counting on us, Master Jedi. We've got to destroy the Gormak and their pets. I'd help, but his arm.
A little challenge is no concern of mine.
Thank you. I'd hate to see another massacre. One more thing. The others, what's left of them, they're still up top where the monster attacked us. If you can retrieve their service tags, I'll pass them along to their families. Not a proper burial, but it's something.
Where's that happening? Up here, I think. So let's kind of work our way down, I guess. Destroying the turrets requires a Jedi flip. Okay. Jedi flip. Take back stolen supplies. I don't know why the Gormak need Republic medical supplies. Although I suppose the medical supplies are pretty generalized. Jedi. So There probably are supplies in amongst these that could help the Gormak. Now that I actually think about it. Gormak made War Master. Are they truly a master of war? Or only a master of what passes for war on this planet? Did I get too close to them? And then Kaizen caught them with his taunt. I assume that's right. Lure out a Gormak tech guard and steal his codes. Tech shaman. That's interesting. Do something to a tower. Disable Gormak surveillance tower. Okay, sounds like a good idea. That was a bit spicy, wasn't it? They're out. Scout Chief Talak and take his surveillance data. Okay, let's do that, I guess. An interesting thing I found whilst I was exploring, there's a stone along here somewhere, a tablet, like the ones that we interacted with near the Temple of Healing. Temple of Healing? I forget. I can't check. The thing up here. The thing of healing. Only the one that you find along here summons a pair of world bosses that if you interact with it solo will stomp you into the ground. So just be aware of that if you happen across one of them tablets down here. How's it going, Scout Chief? Steal his things. Is there more? Or is that... No, okay. Just hand in the end of it. That's it. Okay, jolly good. So... Oops. I should want to be over here. Yep, that's a wrecked up transport. That's them dealt with. Do you suppose those were the things that the game said left claw marks in the surface? Probably. It's probably what they were supposed to be. Okay, so we're burying the dead. I don't even know whether the Voss bury their dead, to be honest. Alright, just got another follower. Fire 5271 started following me. Thank you, I appreciate it. I hope you enjoy what you're seeing. Well, I assume you do. Otherwise you probably wouldn't have bothered to follow the stream. Hello! Welcome. Are there really 5,271 other fires? I mean, for a total number of fires on the planet, that seems like a lowballing the number, but maybe you are a sapient fire that has signed up to Twitch to watch streams, in which case 5,000, nearly 5,300 sapient fires who have all signed up to Twitch to watch is kind of a large number. You would not think that would happen very frequently at all, and yet here we are. I have not, well, kind of. I started playing last year, November last year, but I didn't really play much. I played for about a month and then didn't play much until I started playing on stream in May or June. And this character is like basically my main. I've got a few other characters that I've gotten to Coruscant, And in fact, earlier today, I started playing an Empire bounty hunter. But I haven't gotten any other class legacies, for example. Yeah, see, I have unlocked very little, relatively speaking. I've only got the consular legacy so far. I was like that first. A lot of people copied me. I made the name on Fortnite, Never Seen a Fire on Twitch. Like, I searched it up, and YouTube and Xbox. Fair enough. So we're just... Oh, we're collecting Republic service tags as well. But other than that, we're just beating up cyber creatures. And why these ones have some off their health? These cages don't look like they'd be big enough to fit these guys in. Well, maybe if they hunch down. And I don't imagine the Gormak care very much about the comfort of their cyborg creations, do they? This way, okay. I'm playing for 6 years, I know so much, it's crazy. Cool! Yeah, I suppose technically I did play a bit, like 7 or 8 years ago, but I was playing on a laptop, a computer at the time, which at the time was already pretty old. So my experience of playing then was not terribly good, and I didn't play very much, so I stopped. So I don't think that it can really count. Like, I created a character and just kind of ran around a little bit on Typhon, and didn't do very much beyond that. So I don't think that can really be counted as experience of the game. Unless I'm trying to compete with someone in... Well, technically, I've been playing for longer. But I'm not actually interested in that kind of dick-waving contest unless somebody else starts it. I certainly did not get anywhere near as far as I have now through the game at the time. Not showing off, don't worry. Okay, cool. I didn't think you were. I just have a tendency to over-explain sometimes. Friend coming to join us. Gormak Beast Tamer. Without a beast to tame. Maybe their beast is somewhere in a cage. Maybe they're looking for a beast. It strikes me that surgically grafting cybernetic enhancements onto a creature isn't really taming a creature so much as it's augmenting the creature and then giving it orders that it can't disobey. server do I play on? Darth Malagus. Malgus? The Darth server. It's not something I need to check very often, so I don't really remember the name very well. I've got no idea whether it's a high population server or... I don't think I could remember... Well, see, I made the choice nearly a year ago, and it may surprise you to learn that I've been to sleep since then. And as such, my memory of the reason I chose this server specifically is a bit hazy. If there are RP servers, I chose based on that, but I don't remember there being. It's located in Europe, so yeah. Well, yeah. Hold on, I might actually... That might be a quest objective later, mightn't it? Might be a bonus. Alright, we'll leave that for now, so I don't have to wait for it to respawn. Oh, there's another one. They're quite spread out, aren't they? And they got tossed around. Poor buggers. Service tags. And there's another one over there. Patrol, so I don't have to worry about anything if I hit you. I assume. Kaizen is probably close enough to those guys that he might pull them in by accident. It's not a big deal.
Learn from you.
I've got no idea what just happened. Crap, got to go. Have a good playthrough. See ya. Cool. Well, thank you for stopping by. I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope to see you again. Take it easy. Pick up. Doesn't look like there's anything particularly unusual. There's another one. I guess there probably aren't special enemies then. Quest objectives. wonder how all of this cybernetic stuff helps the creature. All I've got left to do is service tags, I think. Yeah. And here is the last of those. That was a bit of a long way around, wasn't it? Oh well. Is that snow or is it just dust? It's probably just rubble and dust, isn't it? Many of the big monstery things in this corridor. Blue polychromatic crystal. The name doesn't make very much sense to me, because polychromatic means multicolored. Poly meaning many and chromatic meaning color. And I suppose it's got different shades of blue in it, but that's not really... It's all blue, isn't it? It's not the same thing. Almost at the end of today's stream. Almost at time. I suppose return to him. hand stuff in, sign off. Let's do that. And then next time we'll continue south into the depths of Gormak lands. Alien archaeological find. In a universe like this, with many planets, many species, all in contact with one another, how do you define alien?
You made it back. So the Gormak and their pets? That's... wow. I mean, I saw what those beasts... They would have made mincemeat out of the Voss. And without trainers. The Gormak won't produce any more of those things for a while.
Those monsters were a serious threat. It's a good thing you found them.
I think it's more accurate to say they found us. But thanks. Oh, and thank you for getting those service tags. It means a lot. I managed to get my comm working long enough to call for a pickup. Should be here shortly. Take care.
Cool. Oh, that's loosened. Don't need that. That was a cool mount just now. Wonder what kind of mount that was. I haven't looked exhaustively through all the different types of mounts you can get, but it's not one that I recognized from my cursory investigation of mounts.
Report your ailments. You are fit for duty. Return to your post.
Alright, so this is just hand the thing in, put it in the slot, and
I found out what happened to the Voss. They were killed by beasts the Gormak modified with cybernetic technology.
Nakakawana habala ya kahupata se Jester hapapa. Yang wego babalawa kupula bo jabase yorangao shawana joinga.
there we go. Yeah, that'll do for today, I think. So we'll be going down and doing all of these things. Only 3 missions. Lots of objectives. Okay. Next time, on Wednesday. Should be Wednesday. Probably Wednesday. Might end up being Friday or next week, depending on how I feel. Regardless of when I'm next streaming, this will be going up tomorrow on my YouTube, the recording of the whole stream. My YouTube, for those who don't already know, and haven't found this on YouTube, in which case, hello to YouTube viewers. My YouTube is Vanilla Jester Gaming. You can also find me on Twitter at Vanilla Jester. I tweet occasionally, although as I mentioned earlier, I've been trying to stay off social media for the sake of my mental health, because I was finding it was making me miserable. Well, it was making me worse. My mental health is not great as it is, so avoiding things that make it worse is for the best for me, really. regardless, whenever I happen to see you again, and I do hope that I do see you, I do hope that I see you again, I will look forward to it, and I hope that until then, you have as good a time as possible, and goodbye.